flight. Let me gist you people. There was one flight I entered last year. When that flight landed in Abuja, like we were moving through the air, I was seeing thunder. My whole life flashed before my eyes. They clap, I clap along. I have never clapped before. That day I clap. I clap for God. I clap for the pilots. I clap for even the rain that was shaking us in the sky. I clap for everybody. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dimma. I've seen a couple of people taking tests, like nationality tests. Like some of them are very serious, some of them not so serious here on YouTube. And I've kind of laughed with all these videos because trust me guys, they're just freaking hilarious. I got this video idea from a YouTuber called Chuches Mind. Her video, like she left links to these questions, okay, in her video. So I am going to attempt them. I believe I'm very Nigerian, but then I'm scared. So let's do this. This citizenship test will tell you if you are really Nigerian. I am Nigerian, Zikoko. The way the title is, it sounds like an attack, but let's do this, okay? I believe that I can get most of these questions right. So the first question is, will you have kids? And there are 4 options. The first option is to pass the remote and bring your slippers from your room because they are cute, to love and to cherish them, to brag when you see your friends. Let me behave and say to love and cherish them. The next one is, your mother is shouting. 1, you keep quiet, shout back, ask her why she's shouting, look confused. To be very honest, right? You just either keep quiet. How do you shout? Are you mad? How do you shout back? Do you want to die? Who wrote this quiz? The next one is, ask her why she's shouting. At this point, you are no longer mad. You're dead. You don't ask a Nigerian mom why she's shouting. For me, it's between keep quiet and look confused. I'll just say keep quiet because I want to leave, man. Even looking confused, you're pushing it. The next one is, when you hear anything that sounds like a gunshot, first, you drop everything you're doing and run, call the police, ask what is happening, shout ole. First of all, call the police. You will stay there waiting for the police. And whatever made noise will come and carry you, okay? The next one is, ask what is happening. Omo, I am not asking anybody what's happening. I am taking the first option, which is drop everything you're doing and run. That's all you should do, run. Run, no. I'm going to find that meme and insert it somewhere here. Ha! Run, no. Shout ole. You shouting ole is also you pushing it. Why are you shouting ole? As you're shouting ole there, and if it's really an ole and the ole comes and meets you, what happens? The next one is, you are driving and see people at a pedestrian crossing you, stop and let them cross. Speed up, keep driving and insult people who try to cross, stop but aggressively press on. Let me tell you guys, to be very honest, I would say because I went to school and my brain is correct and I'm a child of God, I'm going to go with stop and let them cross, okay? Let me tell you, the answer to this question for a lot of people is to stop but aggressively press your horn. That's Nigerians for you. Bus drivers will legit speed up and kill you. You will die, okay? You will die if it is between you and a bus driver, okay? So the next one is, you get an unexpected alert saying 150K has been paid into your account. 1, you go to church and testify about God's favor. 2, quickly go and withdraw the money. 3, contact the bank to fix the issue. And then the last one is, start praying that EFCC doesn't come knocking at your door. Because I'm a child of God, it's not an issue. Okay, first of all, I don't understand why there really isn't any option here saying you call the bank to ask them who has blessed you. Okay, I will actually ask, and then if they're not giving me names or telling me somebody that makes sense, then I might now start saying that is a mistake. I don't understand why that option is not here. I don't understand why the only option that says contact your bank is saying fix the issue. It's not an issue. Maybe somebody did give away and gave you money. So the next one is, what will you eat today? First option is this a joke? Second option is rice, I guess. Third one is rice, of course. And then the last one is rice, probably. This is actually actually making me laugh because I'm eating rice this evening. I'm waiting to be done with this video. I'm gonna go eat my jollof rice. So the answer is rice, of course. Some of our fathers and maybe the older generation, they don't eat rice as much as we do. They tend to eat maybe swallow sometimes and other things. But then people around my age, fam, we live, breathe, sleep rice. The next one is your flight lands safely in Nigeria. You turn on your phone and start calling people. Stand up and start taking your things from the overhead cabin. Sit until fasten your seatbelt sign is switched off. Start clapping. To be very honest, this sit until the fasten your seatbelt sign is switched off, this person is insulting the people who are, like, Nigerians don't do that. For me, it is to turn on my phone and start calling people. This is basically what I do. Start calling whoever is supposed to pick me up from the airport. Start clapping is also is typical. There was one flight, let me gist you people. There was one flight I entered last year. When that flight landed in Abuja, like, we were moving through the air, I was seeing thunder. My whole life flashed before my eyes. They clap, I clap along. I have never clapped before. That day I clap. I clap for God. I clap for the pilots. I clap for even the rain that was shaking us in the sky. I clap for everybody. There are some flights that when you disembark, you go and give testimony. That was one of those flights. So after that day, I really stopped looking at people who clap when the plane lands somehow. Because I said we were moving through thunder. It was like from a movie. I'm not joking, guys. Okay, so that was the last one. And it says you got 75% Nigerian. Yay! You are a real Nigerian, but you have small international exposure. It's okay. You're still one of us. God. I wonder what type of answers you would give for you to qualify as not Nigerian enough. So this next one says, only people who speak fluent Nigerian parent can get 10/13. Let's see. First one is, what does this mean? Put it on my head. First option is get me my cap, which it is definitely not. Second one is figure out where to put it. And then the last one is leave this place. I definitely say it's either between figure out where to put it or leave this place. So it's figure out where to put it. Yep, I got that right. That's what my mom would say if you're moving, you're being stupidly stupid. So this one says, what does this mean? We'll soon go home. First option is we are here for a few more hours. Second, start getting ready. Third, give me 5 minutes. It definitely is we are here for a few more hours. I'm sorry for you because you're not leaving there anytime soon. Correct? So this one says, what does this mean? I don't have cash on me. Do you want my ATM card instead? Story. Next one is let's get home first. Last one is I don't want to give you money. I don't want to give you money. That's what they are saying. Guys, I've gotten all the answers so far. So next one says I'm strong. First option is I can do it alone. Second one is I've been exercising more. Last one is I'm sick. I would say I'm sick. No, I'm sick. Yep. Because if a Nigerian parent tells you I'm strong, why are they telling you? You're supposed to assume that they are strong. If they decide to tell you that, they are literally telling you the opposite, and that means that you're in low-key trouble. The next one is what does this mean? There's rice at home. First one is we're not stopping at any eatery. Second one is the rice will soon go bad. Last one is make some more stew. Definitely we are not stopping at any eatery. This one says, what does this mean? What's up? First option is, do you want to test this new shirt? Second one is WhatsApp. And then the last one is, how are you? This is definitely WhatsApp. That's what Nigerian parents call WhatsApp. What's up? I got that too. I've not failed anything so far. So next one is, what does this mean? My friend. I'm sorry for you if you think that a Nigerian parent will say my friend this way. So first option is you are now an adult. Second option is you are my favorite child. Last option is you are annoying me. Trust me, and it is definitely not said as my friend. It's the last one, which is you are annoying me, and it goes like this. My friend, are you mad? My friend, are you stupid? Yup, I got it. You're annoying me. My friend, will you get out of here? That's how Nigerians say it. This one says, what does this not mean? Have you eaten? First option is I'm sorry. Second one is I love you. Third one is are you hungry? It definitely is not are you hungry. They're basically asking you this when they've upset you or they've done something wrong. Nigerian parents don't know what it is to say I'm sorry. They don't have that in their vocabulary. So if they're asking you if you're hungry, it's either to say I'm sorry or I love you. They're not trying to confirm if you've eaten. If you've not eaten, go and sort yourself out. I'm sure. I got that right too. Okay, so next one says, what does this mean? Let me hold the money for you. First option is you can collect it later. Story. I'm sorry for you if you actually believe that. Second one is it's mine now. Third one is I can help you save it. It definitely means it's mine now. Got that? If you know all the money that my mother said that she will help me and keep in this life, if you know. And then adults here in Nigeria, we have this cultural thing of like giving kids money during Christmas, or when you come to visit, you give the kids money. My mom would just say, let me hold it for you. Gone. That's what's happened to that money. So this one says, what does this mean? Go and wear your shoes. I'll wait. God, I was scammed like this so many times when I was a child. First option says, I'm leaving you at home. Second one is you can't go out looking like that. Third one is hurry up. It definitely means I'm leaving you at home. My mom and my parents did this. I have legit PTSD. I remember times as a child when I was told to run and go and wear my shoes, and by the time I'm done wearing my shoes and come back out, my parents had left. So I got that right too. This one says, what does this mean? Does she have two heads? First one is, why did she do better than you? Second one is, are her parents still together? Third one is, does she have a medical condition? It definitely means, why did she do better than you? When a Nigerian parent asks you if someone has two heads, it's just basically literally them asking you if for this person to have done this thing and done it this well, did they have two heads? Like you have one and they have one as well. So why are you stupid? So this one says, what does this mean? If I hear pim, my mom, she loved this term as well. First option is, what did you say? Second one is shut up. Third one is you are lying. It's definitely shut up. Got that one right too. So I think that this is the last one. What does this mean? Go and bring me this thing. First one is lend me some money. Second one is read my mind. Third one is where's the dustbin? It's definitely read my mind, because what's this thing? Oh my God. It says, I got 13 of 13 right. You killed it. Your parents are fully Nigerian and you really understand them. Of course I killed it. I know them very well. Guys, I have one more quiz. The sun is setting, so that's the reason why the light has changed so much. So this one says, only people who went to school in Nigeria can get more than 10 over 14. Okay, let's do this. I went to a very tough boarding school in Enugu, so let's do this. Can you name this book? Oh, okay. Guys, to be very honest, my excitement has gone from this down to this. Guys, I don't think that I read this book in secondary school, in HRC especially. I understand that there's some books that a lot of people read at certain points, but this particular book, I don't think I know it. It's by an author called Eddie Iro, and it's, I think, let me say Without a Silver Spoon. Oh, I actually got it right, because I think that I'm kind of familiar with this book to a certain degree. This one says, can you name this book? This is definitely Ugo Siugo. Okay, gave me nightmares. I got that right. Okay, we're doing well. So the next one says, can you name this book? First one is Understanding Mathematics. Second one is New General Mathematics. And then the last one is Advanced Mathematics. I'd say Understanding Mathematics. Or is it New General Math? The funny thing is I think I actually know this book. I know it very well. I'm familiar with the print. It's either Understanding Mathematics or New General Mathematics. Let me say Understanding. Okay, yeah. It wasn't Understanding Mathematics. It was New General. And I kind of felt that. That was why I said it was between the two. Okay. Next one is, can you name this book? I don't know this one. I don't know this book at all. So first option is Incorruptible Judge. Second one is The Incorruptible Judge. Last one is The Incorruptible Judge. I would say The Incorruptible Judge. Oh, I got it, okay, but I don't know this book, to be very honest. The next one is, can you name this book? Oh my God, guys, this book. I didn't do literature in school, but I actually read it with literature students because a lot of people were talking about it. So the first is Joys of Motherhood. The second one is The Joys of Motherhood. And then the last one is The Joy of Motherhood. I'd say Joys of Motherhood. Oh my God, it's The Joys of Motherhood, guys, but the book is basically Joys of Motherhood. And I would really recommend that you read this book. It is by an author called Buchi Emecheta, one of my favorite authors. She's dead now, but then she wrote a lot of amazing books. Really, really amazing books. So The Joys of Motherhood is just the day that confused me, but I knew it was definitely not Joy of Motherhood. Okay, so the next one is, can you name this book? So A Brief History of the Benin Kingdom, no. Second one is The Gods Are Not to Be Blamed, no. The Concubine, it is definitely The Concubine. I'm very, very familiar with this particular picture. Yay, the concubine, I got that. So the next one is, can you name this book? Again, we're all naming books at this point. Okay, so first one is Eze Goes to School, second one is Macmillan Readers, and then the last one is Chike and the River. I don't know, it's definitely between Eze Goes to School and Chike and the River. And I'm familiar like with the current, like maybe UK cover of Chike and the River because I bought it. But then Eze Goes to School, I can't remember what the cover looked like. Let me just say Eze Goes to School. Oh, it's Eze Goes to School. So the next one is, can you name this book? Royal School Series in color. I don't know what this is. I'll just say the New Queen Primer. I actually got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. This one says, can you name this book? Guys, I don't know this book. The first option is The Virtuous Woman. Second one is The Virtuous Woman. Last one is Virtuous Woman. I'll say The Virtuous Woman. I got that too. So the next one is, can you name this book as well? Mother's Choice, Second Class Citizen, Echoes of Hard Times. I know Echoes of Hard Times and Second Class Citizen, but I don't know them to have these covers. And I don't know any book called Mother's Choice. I just wasn't familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that particular book. Let me say Second Class Citizen. Yeah, Mother's Choice. Never heard of this book and I failed it. So yeah. Next one is, can you name this book? First option is Chike and the River. Second option is Things Fall Apart. Last one is Water Series. It's definitely Chike and the River. I'm very, very familiar with this particular cover. Can you name this book again? Child of the Basket, Only Child, Koku, Baboni. Don't know any of these books. I'll just say Only Child. Okay, Koku Baboni. Guys, I never, like, I don't know what Koku Baboni is. This one says, can you name this book as well? Use of English, Brighter Grammar, The Brighter Grammar. I think that this is Brighter Grammar. Yay! It's Brighter Grammar. Oh my god, like, I just had very serious flashback looking at this particular cover. So this one is, can you name this book as well? Ali and Simbi, Mr. Ede Lives in Calabar. And then the last one is Macmillan Primary English. I wanted to click on Macmillan Primary English and I clicked on Ali and Simbi by mistake. But this definitely reminded me of the cover of Macmillan Primary English. So I feel that I got 9 out of 14. I would have easily gotten 10 out of 14 if I didn't make the mistake I made towards the end. It says, forged by the fire of Nigerian schools, I greet you. Yay! I did well. Guys, it's gotten so dark, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd actually like to see more people do this. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to me if you're not yet subscribed. I'll see you in my next one.